Jai Bhim, Jai Mulnivasi, Jai Savidhan, Jai Bharat. Today is Sunday and welcome you once again to Sunday Primetime Session. As all of you know, every Sunday we are organizing the session on different topics and as today is 6th August and very soon the 9th of August is approaching and this 9th of August is celebrated worldwide as a World Indigenous Day. Today we are going to discuss on this particular topic only and the topic that we are going to discuss is indigenous youth as agents of change for social discrimination. And today we had with us Mulnivasi Mrudula Devi, who is a poet, movie lyricist, editorial board member of Pattavedam magazine, Kerala. So she is our special guest today, and today we are going to discuss on this particular topic. The reason of choosing this particular topic is basically the United Nations Permanent Forum on indigenous issues. They had come up with one of the very vibrant and need of the hour topic. The theme for this year's celebration is indigenous youth as agents of social change for self-determination. So we are also going to discuss on this particular topic of United Nations Permanent Forum, and we will be discussing this today. Without wasting time, let me welcome Mulnivasi Mrudula Devi, who has joined our studio. Jai Bhim, Jai Mulnivasi, madam. Welcome
Jai
to
Bhim,
MNT
Jai
News Network
Mulnivasi.
studio.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks to all. Happy weekend.
Yeah, thank you for joining today. Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
With pleasure.
So basically, the 2023 theme is on indigenous youth as agents of change for social determination. So before going or moving toward the subject, we would like to know from you the importance of this particular day of 9th of August. What is this International Day of the World Indigenous People, and why it is celebrated on 9th of August every year? What is the significance of this particular day that we would like to know from you at first instance?
Yeah, it's a good question.
Please go
Thank
ahead.
you. And first of all, I would like to express my sincere solidarity to the people, those who are suffering at Manipur, the Kuki Adivasi people. And it's the right time we have to discuss about this particular topic. And on behalf of MNT News Network, I would like to express my sincere solidarity to the Kuki Mulnivasis. And yeah, that's the main importance. That's the main significance that the people, those who are ethnically, linguistically, socially, economically, and in everywhere, they were always forcefully backward from the society. So 1993 onwards, since 1993 onwards, UN is celebrating August 9th as a International Indigenous Day because of the vulnerability they are facing all over the world. So we know that we can find Mulnivasis everywhere. The indigenous people we can see every nook and corner of the world. They are visible everywhere, but at the same time they are invisible from all the present scenario of the universe itself. And especially in that is the yeah.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Is
yeah.
it audible?
Yeah,
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 that's
you are
the main.
audible now. Please go ahead.
Yeah, this is the main significance is that this is the significance of that particular day because the vulnerability they are facing. There are totally in India we can say 55% of the total population of indigenous people we can find by their name, by their tradition and everywhere, but many of the indigenous people are still not listed actually. The population rate will be definitely not 55 percentage only, not especially more than that. But they are not visible in any major sections, not in the mainstream also, because of by birth they are indigenous. That is why. So to remove, to eradicate such type of vulnerabilities, that is why the UN is celebrating every year August 9th as the International Indigenous Day.
Right now. So every year, basically, United Nations is coming up with a different theme, And this year the theme is focusing on indigenous youth, specifically on indigenous youth, and they are titled as Indigenous Youth as Agents of Change for Social Determination. So what do you think, what can be the basic idea of choosing this theme to discuss this year?
It's a good theme. I would like to support the theme, and I'm so happy that youth means energy. In a way, if you listen to that particular word, automatically we will get an energy in our body also, mind also. The attitude, the aspiration, the thought process, and everything will be different from the veterans to youth. You know that, but at the same time, we all are citizens of this universe. But we know that in Asian countries, in all the universe, especially Asian countries, and especially in India, we can see a great, there is a big gap with the veteran and youth. So basically, we the Indians are not ready to give a natural justice to children, natural justice to teenagers, natural justice to youth sometimes also, but we are always focusing on the ideas, values, aspirations, and attitudes of veterans. And there is a conflicts always happening with the gents and always conflicts happening with the youth and senior citizens. The senior citizens have their own special rights. But unfortunately, sometimes we are always focusing the ideas, or we are always focusing the issues of the middle-aged group, and we are neglecting youth sometimes. So in European countries, it is not much happening, but India is always lagging behind to promote the ideas and values of youth. Sometimes we know that adolescence is a period of storm and stress, like youth is a period of storm and stress. But at the same time, youth can give a lot of potentials to society, from like Paranjit, Jignesh Mevani, Suraj Yangle, and a lot of personalities are here. But how much they can enter to the political scenario and cultural scenario, that is questionable. So UN has taken such a decision, and they have decided these youth as their political agents is a great event, great choice. It's a great choice. I do like to support it because internationally they focused the energy of youth, and they can do a lot for the society. Especially they will focus on the upliftment of indigenous youth, because youth are always here. The art, the culture, the economical and social contributions of youth are generating the wealth. But how much from indigenous youth we are imbibing, how much we are promoting that is questionable. So I think that it will be a great solution for all these things, because they have made them, as they have considered youth as a political agency and a cultural agency. That's really a remarkable one. I think they can share a lot of things to the society. They can discuss a lot to us. They can perform a lot because of this time. It's a good opportunity. So we can suggest, from India, we can suggest that, we can point out that these are our youth. You have to use them properly. That we can suggest because of this time, I hope.
Okay. As we see, ma'am, basically the youth, worldwide youth are facing various social problems such as abuse, violence, crime, radicalization, criminalism, gender discrimination, depression, then bullying, then sexual activities, drugs, alcohol use, and obesity also. So they are, and the immense one is that the pressure they are having in this particular age when they are there. And as far as India is considered, India has almost more than 50% of its population below the age of 25. So you can imagine that almost India is a youth India. So as far as India is considered, if we focus more on Indian youths, then how do you see, or what do you see, what are the problems of Indian youths they are facing today? and what can be the initiatives that can be taken by them to improve the situation as far as the India's youth are considered, because they are almost more than 66% of the total population as far as the overall strength is considered. So strength is enormous. So if this strength is enormous, but we would like to know from you, what are the various problems this youth is facing in India today?
I think that India is the problem using faced by youth is similar to all over the world. Like many of the third world countries, youth problem are almost similar. I think the use of that you already mentioned almost all the things you have already mentioned very well, for lack of opportunities, unemployment, and the overuse of drug, sexual abuse, and family problems, joint family system, and a lot of things. That's the main. I think that's the third world countries are always facing like that, and as an underdeveloped countries are always facing such a system. I think that the main issue is that lack of social awareness is the main problem that the youth of India is facing. The 18 years to 45 years of youth resource are here. Age group of 18 to 20, 20 to 25, 25 to 30, 30 to 35. In that way, we can classify a lot of group of people that you mentioned, the population also. The problem is that we have to classify, or we have to, or otherwise, I think that it's my duty to filter the people and to classify into two categories. That is the youth who have who are living here with the privilege of caste, and the youth those who are not in the not living with the privilege of caste. Such a two type of youth are here. So that is the main problem. So in the World Indigenous Day, we have to focus that we are using the ability of youth or the potentials of youth, those who belongs to Brahmin, Kshatriyas, and Vaishyas only. Otherwise, we are not ready to receive them. Some of them, that very few people can enter to mainstream, that also a cultural level, not in political scenario. So the means that we can lack of opportunity, because a lot of opportunities are denying them because of by birth they are indigenous. Automatically they are denying the opportunities. This is not happening to the people those who are marked as general categories. So everywhere opportunities are ready to receive them. In media we can see the youth, the energetic youth we can see in media, we can see in Bollywood, we can see in everywhere, we can see in all the private sectors. Only in public sectors, with the help of or with the right of reservation only, we can see the youth of indigenous people. So youth means we can graded inequalities. We have to break the main problem of the youth is graded. They are facing graded inequality. Some are enjoying some are enjoying their privilege, others are the others can't use their the India's resources properly because of discrimination and because of graded inequality. So we need good measures. We cannot measure the youth in one scale. We have to use a caste scale also here, how the people are discriminating by the name of caste, creed, color, and all these things. So for that, by that lack of social awareness is the main problem. Because we the indigenous people have a good history here, but we are not here anywhere here. So first this youth want to know about the history of the indigenous culture, and how the glorious life of indigenous people, their cultural values, that not only the youth of indigenous but all the citizens of India should learn the history of these people and how we have broken into pieces that we have to teach them. So this World Indigenous Day is we have to pass this message to the youth. Youth should get to learn. They are always lagging behind to get social awareness. Only with this social awareness only they can, because we are using some democratic symbols like election, vote, polling booth, all these things we are doing, identity card. These are there's some symbols of democracy only. If you are not ready to consider the youth, veterans and children in a proper way, only then we are enjoying. Everybody can enjoy the resources of India and everybody can enjoy the opportunities of the world. Only when then we can say that we are riding this, our democracy is moving properly. So I think that the youth have to take the responsibility to be balanced to the democratic values and to filter the democratic values and opportunity to each and everybody. Why we are denying these opportunities? But because of the birth of, we are by birth, some of them are denying, forcefully denied from these opportunities. All this social awareness, they need that with so for that they have to make themselves as curriculum. Myself, so I have to act as a curriculum, because Indian curriculum is not promoting all these things. So all the youth should have been make themselves as their own curriculum and to teach, give social education to society, India and the world. I consider.
Okay. So basically, there are two types of problems. Basically, if we see the Indian youth, they are, if we consider different areas, then the education is one of the area, employment is another area, then social mobility due to discrimination, as you mentioned, is another area. So all these youths are not equally resourcefully distributed. So they are lagging in each and every field. So as far as education is considered, or employment is considered, how do you see today's youth, Indian youth, in this particular two areas, representation of youth in these two areas?
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
I think that I'm not satisfied with the performance of youth because we can see a lot of technocrats, scientists, techies in every, because we can find a lot of energetic young, smart, energetic intellectuals in cultural field, young, smart, intellectuals. Political leaders in political field, we can see a lot of movie artists there, even in the reels, even in the Instagram, we can see social influencers, we can see. So at a glance, we can see that Indian youth are brightening everywhere. Okay, that because of the help of their caste also, that we have to understood. But the same time, please once again that the questions last part once again.
See, there are basically problems are there. So as far as this educational field is considered or employment field is considered, how they are represented? Basically, did they get a chance to successfully complete their education, or there also they face discriminations? And after the completing education, whether they get proper representation in employments? In this particular aspect, I would like to know from you.
Yeah. They are not getting proper representation there. Representation is not getting properly. So at present, I am in I'm from Kerala, but I'm in Maharashtra. At present, I am residing in Maharashtra, Amravati, Nandgaon, Kandeshwar. So I can see child labor here. I can see people are the students, those who the people. Their Maharashtra government is providing free education and to each and every student, like all the states. But many of the people are not going to school, and many of the youth, they are not going to higher education. So we have to consider. So these people are doing painting or very hardworking works in the sun, in the heavy summer season. I can see it is visible everywhere, but I can see. But the people, those who have power, can't see it. So the youth are.
Hello. I think there is some network problem.
Yeah. I think
Yeah,
a special category people are. Yeah. Especially if you examine the caste of this particular youth, only then we can find they are Mulnivasis, they are Bahujans. No other people, those who are wear sacred thread, are not in the heavy, they are not suffering the heavy climate of India. So how we can say that we are representing, our youth are representing India properly? It's not possible. It's not happening. And they are legally, we have to see. And in there is no legal literacy in almost in some of the states are we can see some assurements there, but the case of the indigenous people, it is so less they are everywhere. So it means that all the Indian youth have the responsibility to make them uplifted, and they have to convince the government that convince the government that this is this is happening still in India, and we are always behind the retina of political leaders. So again and again, I would like to say that the people belongs to some space, because we can say nomadic tribes are here. We have we are going to say we are celebrating Indigenous International Indigenous Day on on August 9th. We have to admit the truth that many of the nomadic tribes, and very near to my house, I can see a lot of students are not going to school. They are living in a slum. We can't say it's not a slum also. I'm always coming there and I'm always talking them, and I'm always asking them that there is government schools are there, you have to go. But these people are sometimes and I have discussed with many of the people here, and they are giving that these people have they are not ready to go to school. What is happening too, because I have got education. Why? Because my father got education, my mother got education. Why my father and mother got education? Because Dr. Baba Sahib Ambedkar has given reservation there, and many of the movements were there to uplift. Many of the Mulnivasi movements there, not with the help of government, but with the help of reservation and the our own movements. When we come to mainstream, they can deny us. So such type of we have to pamper them. You have to give a helping hand to the people, those who are in vulnerable communities. That's most of them are in indigenous group. Still it is, and we have to filter all the people, and we have to show this is the real India that we have to show. Otherwise we are simply in written documents we are celebrating indigenous International Indigenous Year, but still people are suffering. Our ladies are brutally raped because in Manipur and many of the places. So we have to focus all these areas, and we have to show it into the world. Otherwise there is no there is no use to celebrate, to show that we are celebrating, but no solution, then it is not good, I think. We have to raise our voice against it.
Correct, ma'am. So as far as the strength of the youth is considered, it is more than 65% as per the population. So the strength, if it is more, but still they are facing problems. So what probable solutions you can see that how these youths can be organized in a nationalized network, or how a force can be created, or how their voice can be raised, because population is more means definitely strength is more. So, what feasible options you can see so that these youths can get their problems solved with the help of the strength?
Yeah. I think that the largest population is here that I don't like to glorify it because of our ignorance, I think. Because India is the largest, India's population is rising day by day. It means that we are lagging behind to use we are not ready to use proper, our sex education is not good. That's the main reason. So we are still practicing joint family system, how badly it is affecting the life of the people, and we have to use many of our wealth to complete the needs of all these things. We are not ready to use contraceptive measures to control the birth rate of people, and all these things we have to follow, because we have to be modernist in it. It means that the largest population of youth, it means that how much modernist we are in our attitude, and how much modernist in your thought process, how we can evaluate the country, that also we have to think. Even two people are there, they can do a wonderful magic and it will be good. 10 or 100 people are there, without proper guidance and without proper ideas and without proper assurement in their attitudes, there is no use. So that is that the largest population of youth means that India has.
Hello. I think again she lost the connection. Hello. Yes, ma'am. Please go ahead.
Centuries before, European countries attained to control the birth rate of the people, and they can feed their youth properly. If you feed in a nutritious way to the children, teenagers, and youth, definitely we will get a remarkable, healthy, wealthy, culturally wealthy in a means, culturally, economically, and we will get senior citizens also. So we have to, we are still, there is that 60% of youth are here, but only 10% are getting good education, good food, and everything. Centuries of food we have to, our ancestors would have centuries centuries before we had good food. Only then we can raise our voice properly, because we know that now Rahul Gandhi can raise his voice because Motilal Nehru had got enough food and education, enough food, and Jawaharlal Nehru got good food. So Rajiv Gandhi got good food. And what about the case of my aunt, my great grandfather? He was a slave of India. He didn't get enough food. I'm unhealthy in many ways. Why? My ancestors were not get good food. I'm sometimes I feel insecure while I'm good. I have good education. I can speak in one or two, three languages, but I'm insecure many ways. Why? My ancestors didn't get good food. So if we feed them properly, we have to, our sexual education should have been, we have to control, we have to nourish our sex education. We have to use that joint family system. We have to not practice joint family system. We have to eradicate all these things. We have to, you don't think about it, think globally. We think globally. How world is going day by day in a developmental way, then we have to. Why we can't see all these things? Because then Hindu, this Brahmanic religion is denying all these things. So we have to, 90% of our youth are still dying Hindu form. Hindu is not ready to run forward to the people. It's not allowing. So we have to raise our Abrahamical activities. We have to, because the people, all our youth are going behind cow politics. That we have to aware of this. It's a serious mistake we are following. So that how we can implement it. So that the challenges that give good education. So which type of curriculum we are using, that national education policy is all are glorifying the Hindu religion, all these things, the mother of all languages is Sanskrit, all such type of blunders we are teaching to students. So we have to make our own curriculum, we have to make our own social education, we have to post. For that, we have to use English education. We need English education. You want to learn English properly, and also we have to read, and we have to focus watch the news of BBC, news of all these things. Still, you don't depend Indian media much, not MNT, because it is focusing very good ideas, because all these things, all these are read our vast knowledge. We have to extend our reading capacity and discussions we need. We have no other method, just we have to discuss with through social media only. Connect, make the English as a bridge to bridge the gap between northeast, west and south. And we have to use globally, we have to, because government is providing a lot of good scholarships and everything. Only one Suraj Young Day only we got. Maharashtra, you know that in Maharashtra we can see one Suraj Young Day who has written caste matters. That because of Maharashtra government scholarship, but he got studies from Harvard University. Because and from that straightforwardness changed his attitude. You know that. So it influenced him very much. It influenced him, it not changed him, not because that is why he had taken a decision to write caste matter. That the same Maharashtra we can see people, those who are suffering, not in Maharashtra, in Gujarat also, our Prime Minister's state itself, we can see child labor. We can see the people, those who are lacking, they are not getting good employment opportunities. Even in some hotels, now also our youth can't enter because of their caste, because of our dress style, because they are unusual. Others are thinking we are unusual. So we have to, for that, main thing is that we have to enter politics. We need political movements, better political movements are here. Culturally, in many ways we can enter, but we have to enter parliament. Only then we can break. We have to make our youth our decision makers. That because of good political movements. So that because of our Abrahamical thought process. These two things are joining together, then our youth will get proper social awareness. Only then they can enter. Then they can decide how our states are. We are not getting the opportunity how the state are spending their money. Others are decision makers. We are not decision makers. We don't have land. So how it happen? How it will be possible? It will be possible because it will be possible only because of when we enter parliament, when we enter politically we are powerful. Only then we will get resources of India.
Right, ma'am. Rightly pointed out. And if these youth get proper direction, proper training, proper education, and if their employment problems are solved, then definitely these youth is a huge potential to develop the country, to develop the society as well as develop the country. And definitely, if these youth can take in their hands determination to change themselves and to change the society and to change the overall development of India, they can do a wonder. And I think that's why even United Nations had came up with the potential these youths are having, and if India also has to come up with the potentials these youths are having, and they have to develop these youths or give directions, give trainings to these youths so that their problems can get solved. So it was a very nice interaction, nice discussion with you on this topic today, and celebrating this World Indigenous Day, which is coming on 9th of August, and it was the right direction and right things that you have directed. You have given pass on the message to our MNT News Network viewers. I think our viewers will take this message in right perspective, and they will pass on this message of World Indigenous Day in the entire social media. Thank you very much for joining, ma'am, today, and we hope that in upcoming sessions also you will join us and guide our viewers on different topics. Thank you very much for joining. Jai Bhim, Jai Mulnivasi, Jai Savitan, Jai Bharat.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, my MNT News Network. Thank you, my viewers. Once again, I would like to my JP along with you, sir, Ashish sir. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Thanks for the opportunity.
Thank you, ma'am. So this was Mrudula Devi, ma'am,
Mulnivasi.
from Maharashtra Amravati, and she has elaborated on this topic of youth as agents of change of social determination. So definitely, if youths plan, they can definitely do a wonder as their population is more. So this video will be there in this link, and you all are requested to pass on the link, this message within your social network, so that other people also can know about this importance of this year's themes of United Nations as far as the youths are considered. So thank you very much for joining today. Again, tomorrow it is Monday, so tomorrow we are going to discuss on very important topic. मूल निवासियों को शासक वर्ग बनाने में व्यक्तिवादी, जातिवादी और परिवारवादी संगठन बाधक. So this is the topic that we are going to discuss, and we have with us tomorrow Mulnivasi Kalavati Shankar ma'am, who is Rashtriya Sangathan Sachiv of PPID, and we have Mulnivasi Raj Kamal, who is Radhya Adhyaksha of PPID Bihar. Both of the speakers will join tomorrow at 8:30 p.m. So be with us and enjoy this particular topic discussions that will be happening tomorrow. So we hope that tomorrow we will join at 8:30 p.m. Till then, Jai Bhim, Jai Mulnivasi, Jai Savidhan, Jai Bharat.